Welcome to A Styled Life, the podcast for purpose-led female founders and senior leaders ready to use style as a powerful tool for confidence, impact, and influence. I'm your host, Alex Standley, multi-award-winning personal stylist, speaker, and sustainable fashion consultant with 2 decades of experience in the fast-paced world of fashion. Join me as we redefine success from the inside out. This podcast isn't just about clothes. It's about personal power, purposeful style, and creating a life that aligns with your values. So whether you're running a business, leading a movement, or stepping into your next chapter, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll dive into the world of personal style, sustainability, female empowerment, and living with intention through real stories, expert insights, and plenty of inspiration. Welcome back to A Styled Life. This week, I wanted to share with you a topic that I get asked about so much. You've written the talk, you've practiced your delivery, but there's one question that so many speakers leave until the last minute. What should I wear on stage? As a personal stylist that works with a lot of purpose-led leaders that include TEDx speakers, keynote presenters, I hear this all the time. So whether you're preparing for your first big stage or you're kind of building on your visibility, what you wear really matters. Your outfit is way more than just clothes. It's a really strategic tool that you can use and lean on for confidence, connection with the audience, credibility, communicating your personal brand. So I wanted to share with you the most common questions that I get asked about what to wear on stage. And I believe that you'll take so many top tips away from this that will really help you when you're trying to pull together your next outfit for your next speaking engagement. So the first very obvious question, what should I wear for a talk or keynote? So you really want to start with your message and personality, thinking about what energy you want to project, what story are you telling. Your outfit should really visually reinforce your presence, not distract from it. So you want to connect with your audience authentically and not dress as somebody else. You should research the vibe of the event. So, for example, TEDx is a much more personal and creative event, whereas a corporate keynote might need a sleeker, more elevated look. So really look into even the venue where you're delivering your talk, because all of those things will impact what you might choose to wear. The second question that I get asked a lot is, how do I find my signature speaker style? So again, your signature style is your visual identity. So you want it to reflect your values and your personality before you've even said a word. But the goal is to feel, for want of a better phrase, your best self, not like you're in a costume. So if you feel like you're at your best in jeans and a t-shirt, just think about the details and how you can elevate that for stage presence, whether that's through colour or accessories, or it's just in those little details that you build into your outfit, whether it's like a brooch on your favourite cardigan or something that just elevates it to the next level. Also, you need to be thinking about what kind of legacy are you building through your speaker opportunities. What is it that you're communicating? And what are your personal brand values? And the best way to do that is to think about 3 words that define your style personality. So some examples for you could be innovative, influential, polished, colourful, chic, bold, powerful, creative. Start to build out your 3 words and then think about how you can bring that to life visually. So a great tool for doing that is Pinterest, saving images that really resonate with you and then analysing all of the details. So things like prints, colours, shapes you're naturally drawn to. These are all the visual cues that will create your aspirational signature style for speaking. Third question I get asked a lot is, what colours work best on stage or camera? Bold, solid colours tend to translate best, but this needs to work for you and your skin tone. So that could be jewel tones or neutrals. I would suggest avoiding things like neons, overly shiny fabrics, or small prints, which can distort on camera. Colour psychology is also a really effective tool to use here. So, thinking about the meaning behind the colours that you're wearing. So, to give a few examples, red gives energy, confidence, impact. Blue is much more about trust and it creates that sense of calm. Green, if you're wanting to talk about growth and connection and give that kind of natural vibe to what you're wearing and what you're talking about. And it's really effective if you can utilize the color psychology, but also pick those colors that work best for your skin tone as well. And that's where the magic happens when you can combine those two things together. The fourth question is, what fabrics should I avoid? I always recommend steering clear of anything that's clingy, sheer or shiny, especially if you're going to be wearing a microphone and you're going to be on camera being recorded. Fabrics that crumple really easily or make a noise, like stiff taffeta or cheap polyester, need to be avoided. And instead, I would suggest choosing natural, breathable fabrics that hold their shape and they'll photograph well as well. So things like organic cotton, Ecovera viscose, cashmere or bamboo will be fantastic. The fifth question I get asked a lot is, how do I dress for my body shape with confidence? So the biggest advice I can give to you with this is forgetting about the size label and really focusing on the fit and your proportions. The right lines, layers and silhouettes can really flatter your shape and help you feel more grounded. It's the worst possible thing if you're standing there kind of trying to adjust yourself because you're wearing something that's too tight or it doesn't feel good on your body. And it's amazing how many of my clients see such a huge difference when we just make those tiny little tweaks. So things like tweaking the length of a trouser or tucking in a top or looking at a neckline shape, that can change everything. So paying attention to those little details and how the proportions work on your body rather than focusing on the size on the label. Question 6. Can I build a speaker wardrobe sustainably? So this is obviously one that's very close to my heart. And the biggest thing here is to start with what you own and what you already love. And if you feel like you don't necessarily have anything in your wardrobe that's reflective of that speaker signature style that you want to build, think about how you can build a capsule collection of mix and match pieces that you can rewear for camera, for stage, and build that around your 3 to 4 wow colours as well. So you keep that level of consistency through your wardrobe, and it's much easier to create more from less when you've got that level of intention with what you're adding into your wardrobe. So a few key pieces that I would recommend for a speaker capsule wardrobe: a really well fitted blazer, 2 stage ready tops in your wow colours, tailored trousers, or if you prefer like a midi skirt, and 1 pair of signature shoes. So that could be, a statement flat or some block heels, whatever it is for your style personality, having that signature pair of shoes that goes with lots of different outfits. And you can obviously source these sustainably through pre-loved platforms. You can even rent as well, which is a great opportunity to wear something different that you perhaps wouldn't normally invest in, and obviously slow and sustainable fashion brands as well. So question 7, what's the biggest mistake speakers make with style? So I could talk all day on this, but I think the biggest one is wearing something brand new or something that doesn't feel like you. You want to feel anchored and you want to feel confident on stage. You don't want to be distracted by a scratchy label or wobbly heels. It's, as I've said already, about showing up and not dressing up as somebody else. So the worst thing that you can do is panic buy at the last minute and be wearing something that you've not tried on at home before and that you don't feel comfortable in. Question 8, do I have to wear heels to look polished? Absolutely not. I very rarely wear heels when I'm talking on stage. Your confidence is in your posture and not in your heel height. So You can absolutely wear heels, but you want to make sure that they're heels that you feel steady in, whether that's a block heel or something slightly lower. It could be that you wear statement flats, like a pointed toe or a slingback. Even elevated trainers can work really well, and I've worn those on many occasions when I've spoken on stage. They just need to be styled with intention. And also, you probably will want some movement in your talk. When I spoke on the TEDx stage, I kind of moved around within the circle, and it's a great technique for speaking to build some movement into your talk. And you'll obviously be standing for a little while, so you might prefer to wear flats over heels for that reason as well. So, number 9, my final tip for feeling confident on stage. Pick one outfit that makes you feel like you. Practice in it, take photos, and just generally make sure that you're feeling comfortable in it before you embark on stepping onto that stage or into that room. Because as I've mentioned already, the worst thing is if you're feeling uncomfortable in what you're wearing, because it completely detracts from what you're talking about. And the most important thing is your message, and you don't want anything to detract from that. You want your style and your outfit to add to that, not take anything away. And I would also recommend bringing backups in case anything goes wrong, safety pins, a steamer. All of these little handy tips can really help you to feel more confident on the day. So those were a whistle-stop tour of my top 9 tips when it comes to creating your signature style on stage or for speaking engagements. I'd love to hear from you which one really resonated with you and which of these you're going to take away to action for your next speaking engagement. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, I would love you to share this with other style trailblazers in your community. Thank you for tuning in to A Styled Life. If today's episode resonated, the best way to support the show is to share it with another trailblazer or leave a quick review. And if you're ready to align your style with your next level of impact, head to the show notes to book your free style strategy call. Because when your style aligns with your purpose, the world takes notice.